Okay, so in this video I am going to show you how you can use your calculator to multiply two matrices together. So we have two problems up here, kind of three. So the first one's just, find the product of these 2 by 2s. And the other one says find AB and BA. Okay, so we're going to do all three of these. And keep in mind that you need to know how to do this by hand, and you also need to know how to do this on your calculator, because you will have a calculator portion to your exam, and this will make life a little bit easier. So first things first, let's find out where I have my matrix menu. And if you notice right here where my cursor is hovering over, right above this little inverse thing right here, we have matrix, and it's in blue, so it matches this blue button right here, second matrix. You probably see this as potentially blank unless you have a hand-me-down calculator and you've had older brother or sister who's been fortunate enough to have me as an instructor. They might have something in here. So just to kind of talk about this, these are the names. So the names are A, B, C, right? It's named just like we would name a matrix using a letter. The math is a bunch of different things that we can do with our matrices. Some we'll go over, some we won't. But for the most part, you're going to see a couple of these things. And the edit, so when I move over to the edit, I'm not sure why this is not coming up, but you get the idea, right? Edit is where I can change how it looks. So let's go ahead and go back to names. I'm actually going to see if I can, not sure what's going on with the emulator here. Let's see if I can change it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back. Sorry about this little hiccup here real quick. Okay, so now we got our image back, which is good. So I have two matrices. So if you look on the right hand side of the screen, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and populate these two guys. I'm just going to put the first one in A and the second one in B. So I go to edit, and notice one is highlighted, and I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on my calculator. Well, matrix A right now is set up as a 3 by 4, rows by columns. Well, the problem has 2 by 2s. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to 2 by 2, and notice how it fits what we're working with. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a -1, and I hit, I'm going to put in a -1, so I got to make sure I use the negative button. Hit enter, and it'll scooch over or move over to the next value. I put in a 0, hit enter, put in a 3, hit enter, put in a -4, hit enter, and I have everything that I need, which is great. So I would double check, make sure I've entered everything correct, because the calculator is doing the work for you. I go back to second matrix, and this is kind of what's not really fun about this process. Calculator is not very intuitive. It doesn't flow sometimes with how we have to do things. But you'll see that this is changed to 2 by 2. So anytime I want to go back and redo something, I go second matrix. That brings me back to the menu. Scooch over or move over to edit again, and now I need to put in the second matrix. So I put in B. This is listed as a 1 by 1. Well, it's a 2 by 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in the information of this guy. So -3, enter, 3, enter, and notice how it just kind of walks me through. If you want to arrow through to what you need, you can do that. And then I'm going to go back and hit second matrix. Brings me back, and now I got both my matrices in the screen. Okay, so that's good, I got them. Now I just want to multiply these guys together. So it's just like if you wanted to multiply 3 times 4 on your calculator. So here's what we have to do. Is now that we've got them entered, I'm just going to start fresh main screen. I got my two matrices programmed into the calculator. So how do I multiply them? Well, I jump back out for a specific reason. What we have to do is we have to tell the calculator that I'm going to matrix A. So this is where we select, boom, A. What am I doing? I'm multiplying it with, boom, second matrix, select matrix B, boom. Hit enter. There we go. And now I've done it on my calculator. I have the answer, and it's a good way to check to make sure that we are doing these things the right way. Okay, so 3, negative 3, negative 29, and 9. And we did this one in a video, so this will be after the video. So you should say, oh, yeah, that's the right answer. Okay, so now here's what I can do, is I want to find the second problem. So let's go ahead and find A, B, and BA. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go into my second matrix window. And I got two things in here, so I can either write over those or create new ones. Because the problem is using A and B, you know, what I might do is coordinate with the letters that I have on my calculator so I'm not making mistakes when the question's asking me to multiply A and B together. So they're coordinated with the problem. So I go in, ooh, this one's got 3 rows and 2 columns, so I'm going to change that to a 3 by 2. So notice it matches. So I got a 2, enter, I got a negative 3, enter, I got a 0, enter, I got a 5, enter, got a negative 2, enter, and I got a 0, enter. That one's done. Okay, so I have matrix A entered, so now I'm going to go second matrix, and I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to select B. It's a 2 by 2, so I'm just going to go right into changing it. So I got 5, hit enter, 0, hit enter, 4, hit enter, 7, hit enter. Just confirm that I've put it in correctly. I'm good to go. Okay, so this is where it gets a little goofy. When I want to go back and start multiplying things together, sometimes the calculator points you in, it puts you in the wrong spot, or it's not the spot that you want to be in. So I generally, when working with matrices, when I have the information entered, I hit second quit, and then I go back in and I select the ones that I want to work with. So we want A times B. So A times B. And we don't have to put the multiplication and symbol in. We can just put them next to each other, and the calculator knows what you're doing. And there we go. And so this is what we got in that previous example that we did in class. And so now, multiplied, boom, calculator does it for you. Awesome. Now we want B times A. So hopefully you're saying, Mr. Thornley, there might be a problem with this. It says dim mismatch. Okay, so what's the issue? If I go back to and hit the go to, there's a problem with multiplying these. And it's because if this is a 3 by 2 and this is a 2 by 2, when I multiply B and A together, the inner dimensions don't match. That's what that error is telling you. There's something wrong with multiplying these two guys together. The actual dimensions or inner dimensions don't match, so we can't do it. But that's how we can multiply matrices on our calculator. So one, it is important to be able to do this by hand. It is also very important that you guys know how to use it on your calculator, because we want you to be able to do that too. Okay?